I was going to do something like record this intro backwards, then play it forwards until I realized that would take effort. So instead, I'll just say that I'm playing Rotom Tools today and I want to Rotom Taob all of you. Basically just Pachirisu tools, but worse since Hot V doesn't exist anymore. Each Rotom does 30 damage times the number of tools attached to all of your Pokemon. The benefit they have is that there's 4 different types of Rotom, allowing you to hit for Grass, Lightning, Water, and Fire weakness. The negative is that we no longer have double turbo energy, so getting them powered up is tougher than it should be. You need to use a combination of Crispin, Experience Share, and Counter Gain to achieve this, which isn't always easy. And even if you have a full board of 6 Pokemon, all with tools, that's just 180 damage. So you need to look outwards. Revavroom EX can have 4 tools attached. Area 0 expands your bench. Farfetch fetches a tool from deck when you slap it down from hand, and Treasure Tracker gets 5 tools from deck. Let's be honest, the Rotom decks in Sun and Moon is the worst part of the game. Also, the only way I'm beating anybody with Rotom is if I can hit them for weakness. Otherwise, I'm just playing a bunch of low HP single prizers that get absolutely bodied by any passable EX deck. As long as we have a starting hand, we can win this game. There's Cleffa. Okay, so it has... Oh, I don't know who to go for. Do we go for Cleffa or it has to be Tatsugiri, right? Because the Cleffa just gets knocked out from Zacian's attack. No, I'm not going to go for Mew, okay? We're going to retreat. We have to attract customers first. I can't. Oh my god, because I needed to let the game decide what I do. I needed to let the game be like, oh, this is what you have to do in this situation. I needed guidance, and then PTCGL just said, nah. All right, we're going to go and get... Does it matter? I don't think it matters who we go and get. But I am going to get all these things. Actually, we should get counter gains instead. Okay. All right. We're going to put the Rescue Board on you, the Bravery Charm on you. We're going to put the Area 0 into play, and then we're going to end turn. And Nick, that's what someone who believes in the heart of the cards would do. If you whiff attract customers, you don't go, oh, I'm definitely going to hit the Mew. And I would have had to burn my treasure tracker, which I didn't want to do. So if you whiff attract customers, your next thought isn't, oh, let's go Mew EX for 2. See? Boom. Goated. Okay, yes. Thank you. It's a good thing that you're weak to metal. All right. This is shaping up to be good. We have a turn. Hostwick is fine. There's no way they play Hop's Choice Band, right? There's no way they're going to have a Hop's Choice Band in that hand. Though what they could do is retreat. Okay, we're fine. Because they could hard retreat and then evolve and then attach, but they didn't do that, which is good. That is nice. All right, so let's go. Now we can do the things. Now we can play with our ball of us. All right, so Nest Ball for... I guess we get the Heat Rotom. Sure, why not? Heat Rotom down, and then play with our balls. Terapagos seems like... Oh no, Cornerstone or Terapagos? Terapagos survives... But this guy doesn't get hit. So yeah, I guess it's Cornerstone, even though Terapagos can deal 240. So let's do that and that. And then I'm going to, unfortunately, have to put the Mew into play because now I definitely don't believe. Now is when I don't believe. I'm going to put an Experience Share there. Just don't give me an Iono. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what else we can get. Like a Research? Yeah, I think Research was the only other thing we could get. So we'll go Crispin this turn. And I will... I mean, I guess I knock out the Duraludon? Because at least that... No, we don't knock out the Duraludon. That'd be stupid, right? That'd be very dumb. Trust your pilot's no dummy. He's a smarty pants. No, there's no fighting energy in this list. It's just fire and psychic. The previous list had fighting for Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. Then we realized that What the hell? Okay. Don't do me like this. Don't do that. No, give me your Zacians. I spared your Duraludon. You owe me for that. Oh no. Okay, so all we have to do is counter catcher and then bosses. That's so simple. All I have to do is counter catcher and bosses in the same turn, and we just knock out the Archaludon. Easy peasy. Squeeze them cheeks. All right, here we go. There's a Mow Rotom. That's not what we want. Okay, so hang on, what did we just lose? So we have Clefairy, we have Fire Energy. I think that's a Counter Gain onto you, a Psychic Energy. Yeah. Maybe we play 2 Counter Catcher. You never know. Well, there's 1 Counter Catcher. Okay. How the hell did we not get another Area 0? Can I get an Area 0, please? Thank you. Was that so difficult? Okay, Mow Rotom down. Let's pop in for nobody. Okay. I guess, yeah, we just knock out a Zacian right now. Because that's what we can do. We just knock out a Zacian. The experience share being on the Mew is kind of unfortunate, but we do have Mela for next turn. So let's go Poffin. Get rid of that. The Heat Rotom. So if I put a Bravery Charm on this guy, that's probably bad. So yeah, let's just take the knockout. Yeah, let's just do 240 and see what happens. All right, I imagine they're just going to knock out my Heat Rotom. Terapagos actually might have been better, but I was too worried that, they would maybe have a Monkey Dory or something, or they could Zacian and Pena damage Terapagos. Oh, crap. Okay, well, I guess we don't need you, and I don't think we need this Rotom. Right? Because I want to stop them from playing their ace spec, whatever it is. Whatever their ace spec is. If it's Hero's Cape, I don't want them, definitely don't want them to use Hero's Cape. If it's Prime Catcher, don't want them using Prime Catcher. And we do win the game with a Mew EX knockout on the Zacian. That is what I'm hoping for here, is we just knock out the Zacian with a Mew EX. Okay, so we have Mela. I can attack with this guy, which isn't great. There's Metal Defender. Like, am I being a little too worried right now about what's going to happen if I, don't do anything for a turn? Like, I could Cleffa for a turn and hope they don't have bosses. Okay, there's an experience share. There's a counter gain. Okay, so experience share goes there. Really don't want to put that Cleffa into play. Really don't want that Cleffa to go into play. But, yeah, let's... Hang on. You can attach... Yeah, so we can go... Mela to the Mow Rotom. Draw 1. Draw 3 with Flip the Script. Okay, we can do this. That's good. For next turn. All right, so let's put a little bit of damage on them. I think we just hope they don't have an Iono. You want to watch the Cleffa get absolutely obliterated, disintegrated, bodied, as the kids say? All right, I think we can win now. As long as they don't just have back-to-back Gust, we win the game, is what I'm choosing to believe in my head. Okay, that's fine. Good thing I didn't put the... Who said they wanted me to put the Cleffa into play? I mean, obviously, if they don't have bosses, then it wouldn't have mattered. But somebody here tried to screw me over. Definitely an interesting move that they didn't just hard retreat the Archaludon, because that would allow them to, like, build up a really big Zacian, though I guess they're looking at my board and being like, yeah, I can get rid of those later. But if they just knock out the Mow Rotom this turn, that's GG. Because they're going to have to take 3 knockouts to win, 2 more after the Mow Rotom. And I have the Mew to just knock out this Zacian and now this Archaludon unless they suck my butt. All right, there we go. See, I told you, we hit for every weakness with this build. Whatever you throw at me, we can beat off. I can beat off anybody. And they'll probably put the 30 on the Mow Rotom. But thankfully, this is the best one because it's the only one with 70. Oh, okay. It's the only one with 70 hit points, and it's also the only one that has a 1 retreat cost. Or the other Lightning one does, but it's the only one that has 70 hit points and a 1 retreat cost, making it the best, which is kind of sad. All right, we have to knock out the Zacian this turn. Yeah, I can't get a Heat Rotom. Okay, so we're going to put the Terapagos down. Let's Bravery Charm. Actually, let's Fezandipiti first. Oh, I guess I could have Super Rodded and gone for the Heat Rotom and then done the thingy thing. That might have been smarter. I might not be as smart a fart of a smella as I thought. Okay, well, let's go Super Rod. We're going to put in Heat Rotom and Energy, and that's fine. Okay. And then Experience Share the Terapagos. Mela, wait. Hang on. Do I not have it? I don't think I have it. Yeah, I can't knock... Oh, I can knock out the Fezandipiti, right? Because that's... No, it's 180. I can't knock out... We got to take the knockout with the Mew. Okay, that's fine. It's not good, but it's what we have to do. Okay, so then Mela to the Mew. Yeah, we got experience shares on both of these guys. I have a pretty decent hand. I could knock out the Archaludon, but I have a knockout on the Zacian, so let's just take it. Brave/KO. They're going to come up with this guy. We are saving our counter catcher, which is very smart. I know, right? Trust your pilot making a smart decision. What's wrong with the world? And now we have Ultra Ball for Heat Rotom, counter catcher on the Archaludon on the bench. GG, baby. Suck my butt. Unless they Iono me, then we're so screwed. Oh, no. Oh, if they Iono me, we are so out of this game. But if they don't Iono, you know, maybe they're trying to hit me with a stamp or something. They're like, damn, I can't stamp because we got the Jenny. We got the Joy O Joy and we got the Jenny O Jenny. I'm not speaking it into existence. I'm speaking it out of existence. Ooh, wait, what are they doing? Are they attacking with Snorlax? That's not a knockout. Oh, they got Postwick, so they have to get their choice band. Oh, this is very smart. This is like the smartest play they could do right now because it won't activate counter catch. Okay, I'm putting that in the YouTube video because, yeah, they overthunk it. This is going in the YouTube video. This has unfortunately been kind of how my wins have gone for the last hour and a half, is opponents are just like, oh, I lose. I'm going to concede now instead of playing it out. So they went into the Snorlax. I guess I can kind of show you. They went into the Snorlax thinking, oh, I can attack with it, but they didn't have the choice band. They would have had the knockout thanks to Postwick and Hop boost itself up. So that would have been a knockout on the Mew, but I still would have activated Counter Catcher, and then I could have just knocked out the Duraludon on the bench with either Terapagos or Mow Rotom, maybe, or Heat Rotom. So we had game no matter what, and that's what I choose to believe. This is a potentially winnable matchup. It's just we're not actually going to win it. Okay, so we have a Fire Energy in the discard pile. That's good. I guess I put the experience and Stem. Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. It's always great when people say, hey, I like you. Here's some money. It's like, yeah, damn straight. Okay, so if we put the experience share on the Clefairy, that could help us out later on in the game. Oh, God. All right, we'll be okay. They can attack me with the Mimikyu. Yeah, but their Mewtwo can't attack my Cornerstone Masked Ogerpon. And the Mimikyu can't knock out my Cornerstone Masked Ogerpon, and I can knock them out. So yes, I understand that they can attack, but I'm not worried about the Mimikyu. I'm not worried about the Mimikyu. Yes, that's how it's pronounced. It's Mimikyu and Aegislash, not Mimikyu and Aegislash. According to the Pokemon Company, who's never wrong about pronunciations. Who's never said Groudon and Kyogre. Alright, so they going for my Mow Rotom? They're going for my Clefairy. You can't knock out my Clefairy, though. And Stem, wait for Genesect DX in 2 weeks. In 16 days, Genesect DX comes out. That's going to be its one chance of being playable. Oh, they do have an attack. Alright, yeah, it's pronounced Mimikyu. It's not Mimikyu, it's Mimikyu. According to their official thingy thing. Alright, well, we can play with our balls. That's never a bad thing. I do have to put the Fezandipiti down. And then I guess I'm just retreating. That goes there. We retreat the Cleffa. And Counter Gain goes here. I can't Night Stretcher, so we just got to draw 3 and hope they just knock out the Cleffa. Yeah, because I've had people talk about Steven's Metagross. I've kind of sworn off Steven's Metagross, but again, between Black Bolt and White Flare and Mega Evolution, I believe it's 2.5 months. Or, yeah, it's 2.5 months, so there's gonna be some downtime, shall we say. There's gonna be a little bit of a refractory period where I have to do things I'm not proud of. Alright, that's a goated top deck. I guess we just Nest Ball for... They probably have Secret Box as their ace spec. So maybe it's a decent idea to go with the Genesect right now. Alright, well, we're obviously knocking out the active. I have to counter gain somebody. I guess we counter gain the Genesect and hope they don't realize what they can do. So that is... Currently, we're only doing a little bit of damage. So I'm going to Fezandipiti first and see if we can maybe get nothing useful. Thank you. All right, so let's go get rid of this Rotom and the Iono. We get the Terapagos. Okay, we can do this. We can do this, everybody. I am confident. I'm not that confident, but I'm confident enough. Oh, we got the treasure tracker, baby. We didn't get anything else we needed, but we got the treasure tracker. All right. So, excuse me? Could somebody tell me where the experience shares are? Hello? I'm looking for some experience shares. Could someone please point me in the direction of experience share? There's one on the Clefairy, but I would like it if there was another experience share somewhere. That'd be pretty sweet. All right, well, we're taking the knockout, so I'm not worried there. And Incineroar, yeah, Cofagrigus allows you to do some things. You know, that's definitely whack off territory. We're going to be whacking off with that for sure. But it's like, there's just... I'm so sour on Steven's Metagross. It was not a good experience. But the Cofagrigus allows you to fully take all the damage counters from one of your bench Pokemon and put them on any one of your opponent's Pokemon, but it does cost 2 energy, which is perfect for Steven's Metagross. The problem with Steven's Metagross is that the Metang does nothing. The Steven's Metagross does nothing aside from accelerate energy. So you basically, instead of like Dragapult where it has Dracloak that draws you cards, it's just like, oh, you have to evolve through the Beldum and you have to evolve through the Metang. Clefairy? Yeah, they're gonna... well, that's fine. I don't mind if you knock out the Clefairy. It's not great, but you're gonna have to show me something. Mr. Low Elo Boy? I guess they're just not seeing what they need. My guess is that they just don't have whatever they need right now. Okay, so we can put them down to 3. That's really good. The Wash Rotom kind of sucks, but let's just go. We are losing. That's cool. Love that. I think I want to attach to the Mew, and then I'll Bravery Charm this guy. Retreat into the Mow Rotom. Just make sure that my math is sound. Oh, you don't get this deck at all. What do you mean? It's a Rotom Area 0 deck. That is not ever going to draw Area 0, apparently. It's a Rotom Area 0 deck that just never draws Area 0. What's not to get? All right, so Buddy Poffin. I don't think there's anyone left. Oh, there's a Mow Rotom. Cool. Okay, so we got Cornerstone Mass. That just gives me more options. We're losing, which is good. And then we knock out the Spidops. And remember that we prized a couple experience shares, so that's really good. But I would much rather have experience share ahead of time, so we don't have to attach counter gains to Mews when we don't want to have counter gains on Mews. But I think Mela is a very good card in this deck because it's guaranteed energy acceleration. It's like Raihan from back in the day. Okay, so we want to get rid of Cornerstone and Heat, because we don't need to hit the Spidops for weakness. We get rid of Cornerstone and Heat. Because if they take a knockout, I can attack with Terapagos. We just go Mela and then Psychic. You just have to make sure you have a fire energy in your discard pile. But what are they playing? There it is. Oh my god. What's the point of playing Iono? I literally Iono'd them into Mewtwo Factory Ariana. Spidops. I Iono'd them into Spidops Mewtwo Factory Ariana. What is even the point of that card? And they also just take a knockout because Mow Rotom has such little hit points. And unfortunately, it's highly possible that I'm just out of the game right now. Oh, man. Okay. If I have an Iono, I would very much like to draw it right now. Make it so. That's not making it so. Okay. Obviously, we have to take a knockout with the Mow Rotom. Who do we got? I mean, I could take a knockout, or I could have taken a knockout with the Cornerstone Masked Ogerpon. But that's not going to do it. All right, well, you're going to get that. And then I don't think I have anyone good to put the thingy thing on. All right, let's, yeah, that's the one thing, is that maybe they can't attack with Mewtwo. All of my Gust cards are in the deck. All right, well, Wash Rotom, you're going to get a tool. And then we're going to attach that there. Retreat. And then Gadget Show. Take the KO. Okay, so this was a Mewtwo deck, but you're seeing, well, I was going to say, you're seeing how good Spidops is, but, I mean, the fact that I have 70 hit points is the only reason they're doing anything. And the fact that PDCGL hates me. But I was like, oh yeah, Spidops, you're seeing Spidops is the best Team Rocket's Pokemon. Well, to be fair, it was doing 90 damage and not a whole lot else. So there's no way that I can knock out the Mewtwo, right? I would have to two-shot the Mewtwo. Oh yeah, now I definitely can't knock out the Mewtwo. Well, I was thinking, yeah, we could do 280, but I don't think I would have enough because I'd have to hard retreat this Mow Rotom. That would lose me in energy, so I would have to get a Rescue Board out of the deck. So like, I'd have to use Research to get a Rescue Board. And then I could have knocked it out, but then PDCGL decided it hated me. Oh, this is bad. Well, I mean, they would have just brought up the Terapagos anyway, so it's like the Wash Rotom, yeah, it sucks, but they would have brought that. Ooh, okay. All right, well, let's do that. And then end turn. They're still short on basics. But if I can win this matchup, everyone has to agree with me that Team Rocket's Mewtwo is terrible. Though they probably have more Giovanni and can just win. How much do you want to bet that they have a 4th Giovanni and then they bring up like my Mew and are just like, they give me the thumbs up and then they realize way too late that they don't have enough bench Pokemon? But believe it or not, it does make sense to knock out the Tarantula, because if we knock out the Tarantula... What? Oh, okay, okay. Interesting that they didn't move it to the... Unless they have more energy switch, and what their plan is they're going to hard retreat the Tarantula. Okay, well, they didn't do that. I think what they were thinking... It's very convoluted, by the way. Okay. So we go that there, that there. I can't really do anything else. We just go Gadget Show. So what they were planning on doing was they energy switch to the Tarantula, and then if they can draw into a Spidops, they could hard retreat the Tarantula, accelerate the energy back with Spidops, and then energy switch back up to the active. So I think that was their plan. And if they... Oh no, do we lose now? If they can get all their basics... No, they don't got it. There's no way they got it. GG, baby. GG all the way. All right, we can all agree Team Rocket's Mewtwo is garbage compared to the true GOAT. The true GOAT of PTCGL. And if you're thinking at home, trust your pilot, you should boss the Mewtwo on the bench, because then that will increase your chances of winning. That's actually the opposite of what I should do. The reason that's the opposite of what I should do. Hey, how much do you want to bet that Iono is a lie? How much do you want to bet that they get everything they need off of this? But the reason you don't boss is because if they have a 4th Giovanni, then we would actually just give them game, potentially, but probably not. Okay, so 180. Easy. No, that was a misspeak. I misspeaketh. Do not demonetize this. I'm a family friendly. That was just a slip of the tongue inside I Am Legend's mom. There we go. Everyone type in the comments of the YouTube video. Team Rocket's Mewtwo is trash. Trust your pilot was right. Rotom Tools is better than Team Rocket's Mewtwo. I like feet. I'm going to post my feet pics in the Discord, and I'm also going to DM exclusive feet pics to Trust Your Pilot on Discord. If you feel a tingling in your balls, that's because my opponent... Are you freaking kidding me? I mean... Oh my god, this game is great. This game is amazing. This is the greatest game I've ever played. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, just pound my butt right now. Can somebody please pound my butt? My butt needs a pounding. Because PTCGL needs to take me on a date first before it gives me this pounding. Okay, so I was going to say I didn't know which type of Eevee box deck this was because they got the Sylveon sleeves, but then they went ahead and evolved into their Flareon to show me that, oh hey, this is the Flareon build, Trust Your Pilot. So you should do the thing. You should go get Wash Rotom. Guess which Pokemon is prized? Oh my god, it's the Wash Rotom. But it's a good thing that the Eevee deck is so bad, because now I can just genome hacking in Carnelian, which is the city from Star Fox. And Smash Bros, but we can just win. Oh. But they used... Wait, why? Okay, they did go a little crazy and they grabbed Eevee and I think 2 Hooters off of Fan Rotom. If they had preemptively gone to Noctowl instead of Hooters, if they'd gone to the Sausage Factory, then I think they would have been able to knock out my Mew just with like a bosses or something. Though if they have a Iron Bundle for a Nest Ball plus Sparkling Crystal, then we're screwed. But it looks like they're just going Burning Charge, setting up another EV, and then we'll be fine. But Iono is my supporter, and that's less good. So, like, what are the odds, right? What are the odds that they get it off of this? They were way too greedy. They played Crispin as their supporter. They didn't set themselves up. There's no way that they have it. We're going to knock out their stupid Flareon. We're going to put the Genesect down with the Rescue Board. I am not going to use Iono because we can still win even if that happens. I am that confident that even if the Mew gets knocked out, we can still win. Because you're not going to have your damn Sparkling Crystal Ace spec. And then we just get the Poffin. Just like that, baby. Just like that. Okay, so maybe we should have the Tatsugiri as well. And then we have the Mow Rotom. And then we go Rescue Board, Psychic Energy. We can't put the Bravery Charm on the dude, but let's just go Genome Hacking off. Carnelian. Oh yeah, I know. They're going for the Sylveon energy, but they are not expecting me to be this goated at this game. They are not expecting Trust Your Pilot to be this amazing when he prizes his Wash Rotom. Literally the first prize we take is Wash. Oh my god. Everything was set up so perfectly. I had a Cleffa in the active, a Wash Rotom, a Counter Gain, and a bunch of energy. The only thing that could go wrong is if the Wash Rotom is prized. Guess what we prized? The Wash Rotom. Yeah, I've talked about this before. The thing that's going to make me stop play this game is the stupid prizing mechanic. You just go up with the Fan Rotom unless you got it like that. Or did they rage quit? Ooh. But, like, this is why we need the draw 13, choose 7 for your starting hand, shuffle the other 6, and put them in your prizes. Because then it makes it more better, more strategic. It gives you more control. It makes less mulligans, which is great. Less mulligans is awesome. Less dead starts, less crappy donks. And it's just more strategy. Just give us another game mode. You don't have to replace the game mode. You know, like, oh, we want to have trainer trials. You know, we have trainer trials to whack off with different game modes. What do you want? Well, obviously, the thing we want most is GLC. And the second, we want draw 13, choose 7. Except instead of giving us what we want, they're just repeating the trainer trials. That was like the first thing they said was, oh, post in the forums and let us know what you want from future trainer trials. And then we did. And they've just been repeating the trainer trials like multiple times now. And it's like, what was the point of asking us our opinion if you're just going to repeat the same old ones that we don't really like? Okay. Oh, I wonder if they're going to try to go for a Sparkling Crystal and then they're going to concede. But they need a Water Energy. And they do have one. So they can Night Stretcher for a Water Energy and Angelite, which is dumb. But what I don't like about Sylveon is that there's an Nest Ball, is that Magical Charm affects the Mew. It's not Sylveon takes 100 less damage. It's your opponent's active does 100 less the next turn, which I think is terrible. Okay, so yeah, they're thinning out their deck. They're really relying on this flip the script. What do I do? Oh yeah, so they're going for it. They're going for Sparkling Crystal. They're going to choose wrong. Press 1 if you think they're going for Sparkling Crystal. Press 2 if you think they're going for Night Stretcher or Earthen Vessel. Or maybe they're going to hedge their bets and go for both. And not allow themselves to screw this up. But Magical Charm still doesn't do it. Like, they can go... They went Crispin Night Stretcher. Okay, so they're smart. They know what they're doing. They're a real fart smell. Wait, did they play a supporter this turn? Cyrano. Okay, so... There's no way they're using Angelite. There's absolutely no shot. Like, why would you Angelite when you can do 160 to a Mew that you can't clean up later? And we'll just we'll hit them with the Metal Rotom. That is the strategy. We hit this guy with the Dark Rotom, this one with the Metal this one with the Fighting Rotom. Okay, was not expecting that. That was not what I was expecting. I mean, if I attach the Bravery Charm and the Luminous to the Wash Rotom, then I can use Research and we don't give them extra cards. So, and the Area 0 is probably not going anywhere. That's good with me. We're obviously going to retreat. Go into you. Cleffa down. Okay, so Rotom, I'm not really worried about that. We're not going to put multi-prizers in there right now. Let's go attract customers. Ooh, there's a Mela. Wait, do we even have any fire? Yeah, we don't have any fire energy, but I can put fire energy in the discard pile. So I think, honestly, this is just an end turn. And they will likely go for the Tatsugiri, knock out the Tatsugiri. And yes, I know having the Luminous on the Wash Rotom isn't the greatest strategy in the history of the universe, but we'll be fine. You worry too much. I got this one. There's no way I lose this one. If I lose this one, I will admit that Rotom Tools is not very good. Yeah, well, I could have used Iono, but I didn't want to give them an extra card because we know their hand isn't great. Like, it's what? Crispin and then a bunch of just random stuff. Though they could have Counter Catcher, which would be not as great. But if they want to get the Sylveon out of the active, they have to hard retreat it by getting rid of 2. Yeah, there's Magical Charm. I knew what they were doing. I knew what they were doing before they knew what they were doing. Part 2. Crown Opal. Yeah, I'm worried about the Crown Opal. But if I can... I can knock out the Sylveon with my Clefairy, right? That's how math works. So we go... Okay. Math time. Everybody, get ready. I have to do math. Hold on to your butts. I got to do some math. Okay, so we go Night Stretcher for the Tatsugiri. And then that goes there. I Treasure Tracker for one of each. Because we want to thin out the... Actually, how many... Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. We're going to be totally fine. And then we go... Get rid of the Bravery Charm for a 2 fire. There we go. We got 2 fire. And then we get rid of double fire. Okay. Everything is slowly happening. We'll get the Cornerstone mask because we can attach a thingy thing to it. Okay. Psychic energy there. Rescue board. Experience share on you. And then we'll draw 1 with the Mew in case we get a basic. Awesome. Wait, Oh, right. They shuffled it in. I was like, wait, why is my Genesect in the deck? All right, I'm going to risk putting the Genesect into play with the Counter Gain. I know that's not maybe the best. All right, then we got it. We're knocking out the dude. I can guarantee you we're knocking out the dude here. Oh, please tell me my math is right. Please tell me. Please tell me I know how to do math. 320? I'm so good at math, I got the wrong answer and I still win. See, math is subjective. This is what I tell everybody. Math is completely subjective. And now we can win next turn with Clefairy if I can get it back, but I believe we're down our Night Stretcher, which is concerning. Okay, but I do have the potential to do 240. So we can knock out their Mew, we can knock out Terapagos, we can knock out Fezandipiti. The issue is that we're going to be ahead on prizes and I'll need to get bosses, but the Area 0 is staying in play. Come on, Skeeter. All right, that's a good play. They're going to Crown Opal, which is bad. But Crown Opal's not a knockout. So that's fine. If you want to take a turn to use Crown Opal, go for it. I don't think that's the correct play unless you have a Vitality Band or something. Oh, they got their Lillie's Clefairy? Well, then I can just use Mew to copy the Lillie's Clefairy. So after playing this for way too long than a sane person should, this is by far the best build of Rotom. You cannot play Rotom on its own. Even the Revavroom build, oh god. Don't bring up my Genesect. Oh, what? Why? Geyser Beam, why are they doing this? They're gonna Crown Opal? Okay, no, we're gonna put the Psychic Energy there in case we have to use Mela. Everybody, unfollow Geyser Beam if somebody gives Geyser Beam a shout out. Make sure you unfollow Geyser Beam. Alright, so Crown Opal means I can't hit into them. I can knock them out with my own Terapagos. But how do we... Okay, so we're gonna attack with Cornerstone. Yes, because we hit them for a weakness, right? Right, Geyser Beam? We're just gonna hit them for a weakness? Oh, the game is chugging. Oh, wait, do we prize Fezandipiti? Only took me until the end of the game to figure that one out. Alright, well, we're actually gonna lose if we prize the Fezandipiti. If we don't get a bosses here, I am going to ban Geyser Beam. Because there's no other way I can thin. I mean, if it's an Iono, then maybe we can come out of this. There we go. See? This is the flip side. You know, if you prize your bosses, that's fine. I'm going to knock out your damn Clefairy. Or if you never see your bosses until the end of a game, that's fine. Because that means they're at the bottom of your deck. And they can be found easily. There you go. So, I struggled so heavily. Subscribe to the VOD channel. Oh my god, those were some prizes. Subscribe to the VOD channel to watch the first, like, 2 hours of this stream that weren't in the YouTube video where I was playing the Revavroom build and things were going horribly. Even with one Revavroom EX in play, you still top out at 270 unless you play damage-modifying tools. Clefairy was the MVP. But the way this deck works is you hit for weaknesses. So the Lillie's Clefairy, that deals with dragons. Then you have grass, water, fire, earth, and air. And you hit for all those weaknesses. So if you face a deck that's weak to fighting or dark, well, sucks to be you. But you can't really play Rotom on its own. You gotta play a toolbox deck with like a Clefairy and Area Zero. And as you've seen, it works out kinda well.